Good morning, all of you. This is Katyayani from Information Science and Engineering Department from New Horizon College of Engineering. This complete videos we are going to discuss about the course Java and J2EE. This Java and J2EE course is divided into 5 modules. So totally complete videos we will cover all 5 modules. So in this 5 modules, first 3 modules we are going to discuss about core Java. Next 2 modules we are going to discuss about advanced Java, that is J2EE, or we can say J2EE. First 3 modules, whatever we are going to discuss, that will be used to create an application or develop an application in a standalone system. We can't use in web applications. So with the help of Core Java and the last module what we are going to discuss, JDBC, Servlet, JSP, as a developer or as a Java programmer, you can able to develop a web application. Okay. So first I will give an introduction about this course, especially what is Java. So already you have studied C++ with OOPS concepts in your 4th semester. So you have an idea about class, objects, inheritance, polymorphism, everything. So we are going to use same concepts in Java, but the programming language little bit different from C++. Why we are in need of Java? Because already we have studied C++. C++ programming language is used to develop only a standalone applications. But nowadays, Java is one of the most useful programming language, especially in web application, especially in internet field. So that we are moving to Java. Already you are familiar with programming in C and programming in C++. Just we are moving to further stage, that is Java programming language, which is having more demand in IT industry. So first I will tell when Java was developed and a little bit history about Java. So Java was developed by Sun Microsystems. First one. Second, it was developed in 1991. So when it was developed in 1991, the name was given as OAK, OAK, by James Gosling and his team. Later in 1995, the name OAK was changed into Java. Okay, so even though the journey of Java programming language started from 1991, still it is used in IT industry very much. So on top of this, Java has number of applications including software development, web application, mobile application, and large system developments. So I told you Java was developed in 1995. So that later it has number of versions from, for example, 1.1, 1.2, one by one we will discuss 1.1, 1.2, etc. Now the latest version in 2010 was introduced, that 1.6, latest version is 1.8. Then if you see the development of Java, Sun Microsystem developed Java by Gosling and his team. But later, if for example, in 2010, that Sun Microsystems was acquired by Oracle. Oracle, the name all of us are familiar. It is one of the leading IT industry. So this Sun Microsystem was acquired by Oracle in 2010. Okay, the current version of Java is Java 8, or called as 1.8. Then the Java platform usually associated with the virtual machine, which is called JVM. So now onwards, we should be familiar with the words JVM, JDK, JRE, IDK, everything. One by one, we will discuss. So I told you, just I will brief about our complete 5 modules. Just an introduction, what and all we are going to discuss in this course. First module, we are going to discuss about the basic Java languages such as what is class, what is object, what are the data types available in Java, what are the Java buzzwords which are most important, will give uh, more important things about Java. Then what, as usual, other programming language what you have studied, the data types, then operators, then statements, everything we will study. Arrays. Then we will move on to our own programming, that is Java programming language concept, that is constructors, overloading concept, inheritance concept, packages, then this operators, then interfaces, etc. This will be covered in first module. Second module, we are going to discuss what is exception. What is exception? How we can handle these exceptions. In second module, second part is we are going to discuss collection frameworks. Collection frameworks. Third module, we are going to discuss strings and threading concept. Till this third module, we are going to cover complete core Java concepts, which is used to develop a standalone application using Java. Fourth module and fifth module, already I told, we are going to discuss advanced Java. In that first one, how we can make a connectivity between our Java application with the database. So completely we are going to study JDBC concepts in fourth module. Fifth module is divided into two parts. First part we will study servlets and second part we will study JSP. This is the overall information about our Java and J2EE course. Now we will start our first module. So now we are going to discuss about our first module, that is Java language. So here we are going to study the topics already we have discussed: Java buzzword, bytecode, JVM, JRE, and Java environment. Okay. So now we are going to discuss the first module through PPT. Now I'll share the screen. So already I told you, first module we are going to discuss about complete Java language basics. So here these are the agenda of our first module. First one, we are going to discuss Java, what is Java buzzwords, bytecode, JVM, JRE and Java environment, data types, arrays, object-oriented programming with Java, method overloading, constructors, implicit this, package fundamentals, inheritance, method overriding, abstract classes, final members, the object class and interfaces. Okay, so one by one we will discuss. Before we are entering into our Java basics, we will know that how Java program will be executed and need what are the things to be needed for to execute our Java program. For example, some of the Java terminology first we are in need to understand. What is the main difference between RC++ and Java? Already I told you, you are familiar with C++, so Java programming is easy for you. So how we can differentiate what is the need of Java, whether C++ is already available. So first one I told, Java language mainly used for internet applications. So internet application means automatically this operating systems will be different and we can't use in the same system. Whatever I have as a programmer I have developed, I can't use in the same system. So that is called only one system. If you develop an application and if you can see your output based on the programming, that is standalone application. Internet means anybody can use the same program. So in different machine the program has to be executed. How is it possible in Java? Means the main component, the main backbone of this Java programming language is JVM, Java virtual machines. Definitely they will ask in your interviews and all that basic terminology. Why Java is called independent language, program independent? Because C++ and all program dependent. But one of the important keyword behind this Java is program independent. Why it is called program independent? Means if you write a small program, just welcome to Java world, it has to be printed on your console. If you write this small program, it can be executed in any machine. Okay, whether that machine has Unix operating system or that machine has Linux operating system or Windows or Mac OS, any operating system and any system, the same program can be executed. It cannot be happened in C++. Okay, so whom will help to do this? Means main this person who is Java virtual machine, just referred as JVM. So just before we are going to discuss about this phase, JVM, we will discuss about the different phases of a simple Java program. Any program, simple any program, this is the basic building structure or building block I can say for this Java program. What are the phases? If you see, first one is we have to write a program with our Java syntax. Okay, write a program. Then we have, once we finish our writing part, we have to compile the program. We have to compile the program, and at last, once you don't have any error, your debugging process is over, we have to execute the program. You are familiar with these phases. So how this phases will be executed, will be done in Java means, first who will write the program? As a Java programmer or Java developer, we have to write a program. Next, who will do this compilation? We will not do this compilation. You have known already, there are two things will be used to compile your program. One is compiler, another one is interpreter. Compiler means if you have 10 lines of code or 1000 lines of code or 10,000 lines of code or lakh lines of code, all will be converted into machine code in a single time, at a single point of time. But interpreter means line by line it will be converted into machine code. So if you want to compile the program, you are in need of compiler. So if you are writing a Java program, who will help you to convert? Means Java compiler. Usually C compiler will convert your C language, that is high level language, into machine code directly, but it will not happen in Java. This compiler will convert your Java code into bytecode. It will not convert into directly machine level language. It will convert into bytecode. This bytecode will be taken by JVM, and this JVM will convert this bytecode into your this JVM will execute this bytecode, and it will give you the output in any system, any operating system. But same JVM will be used for all operating system or not? Question can arise here. No. In different JVM will be used for different operating system, but output will be the same for different operating system and different systems. So that first one, as a Java programmer, we have to write a Java code. This Java compiler will take care of this Java conversion from your Java language to bytecode. How it will be converted means with the extension of dot class file. That's why already I told you the basic concepts of terminologies of this Java is class and objects. If you are writing my first Java program, if you are writing first.java, if you are given the program name first java.java means the class name it will check. If you are given the class name also first, it will be converted with first.class file. This will be executed by this bytecode will be executed by JVM, and this phase is called running phase, run phase. Okay, these are the three phases which will be used to execute a simple Java program. Already I told you each operating system has different JVM, not same JVM, different JVM, but the output they produce after execution of bytecode is same across all operating system. For example, Unix, Linux, Mac OS or Windows. Okay, that's why because of this reason Java is called as program independent language. Program independent language. Okay, now you have a idea about what is JVM, why we are in need of JVM. So each and every real system this JVM will be available. Next I told you bytecode. What is this bytecode? Already I told you the Java compiler compiles the Java source code, and it will convert that source code into bytecode. This bytecode will be executed by JVM. How the bytecode will be saved? Because everything should be saved in the memory. When you are going to save anything, it should have some unique name. So how it will be saved means dot class file. Before that dot, you have to use your class name. For example, my class name is first means first dot class file by the compiler. Next, Java Development Kit. What is this Java Development Kit? While you are discussing about this JVM and bytecode, we have used the term JDK. This code, bytecode and JVM, when we are going to discuss this, JDK will come into the picture. First, we will discuss about this. The name of this JDK is Java Development Kit. So, this Java Development Kit is the complete container. I can say it's a container. It contains JRE. JRE means Java Development Java Runtime Environment. So this JRE, JVM, all are present in this JDK. All are present in this JDK. Java debugger, Java tool, Java doc, everything are present in this JDK. So in order to create, compile and run your Java program, you are in need of JDK, which has to be installed in your system. Next one, Java runtime environment. Okay, what is this Java runtime environment? Means it is a part of JDK. So your JVM, Java debugger, Java tool, everything is present inside this kit. We have known, like normal our this one emergency kit like this. It has number of components in it. So JVM is one of the components. JRE is one of the component, Java debugger is one of the component, and Java doc is one of the components. Okay, so JRE is part of JDK, which means JDK includes our JRE. When you have JRE installed in your system, for example, if you want to execute Java program, these things should be installed in your system, then only you can execute Java program. So installed in your system, we can run our Java program. However, we won't able to compile it. Directly we can run. So JRE includes JVM and also browser plugins and applets support. Okay, when you are in need to run a Java program, you would only need JRE. Run. Only run means only this one. JRE is needed. Okay. Next. Hope so all of you are clear with this basic terminology, which is JVM, JRE, JDK. Next, we will move to what is class and what is object. Since you have studied class and object in your C++ concepts, I will just refresh what is class and what is object, how we are going to use this class and object in our Java program. So for example, class means it has to be declared using the keyword class. So for example, I have to create one class. Without class, your Java program, you can't write any simple Java program also. Whatever you are writing, you can have n number of classes in your Java application. But without class, you can't write a single and simple Java program. So how I have to represent a class? Already you people are familiar with the term keywords, which is used in our any programming language. Keywords means some of the keywords, and when they were developing that programming language, they have fixed some words, and that words cannot be used by a programmer as a variable or as a constant when they are writing a program. That is defined inside that programming language, that are called as keywords. Like that, class also a keyword. If you want to write a program, or if you want to develop an application for a student database, you can't write class B, class, just class B, class A, you can write, but you can't use just the word class, because class is a keyword which is used to represent that class which are in our Java program, which are in our Java program. Okay, so class is a keyword. Whatever the class or how many classes if you want to create, you can create with the keyword class. So I have to create one class with the name first. So I should write class first. If you want to represent some access specifiers, I can use public class first or private class first. Like that, I can create my class. Whenever you are creating a class, whenever you are writing class first, immediately what you should do, you have to open the body of the class. That for that you have to use the curly braces. After class name, the class name should be followed by open braces. Whatever the body or content or logic, if you want to write inside the class, you can write as a statement. Then you, whenever you are going to finish the class process or body of the class, it has to be finished with closed curly braces. Okay, so that class should be declared using class word. First point. Second point, what is this class? Class means it is a group or collection of objects which has some common properties, Immediately here we can discuss what is object. Group of objects or collection of objects. What is this object means? Object is an instance of a class. Object is an instance of a class. If I am creating a class student, what is the instance? Name of the student, USN of the student, marks of the student, address, phone number. These are the objects of the class student. Okay, so class is a collection of objects or group of objects which shares common properties. For example, I have created student class. My objects I told you. So if I create 10 number of 10 students details, all this name, USN, address, marks are common, but values will be different, but it is sharing common properties. So it is called objects. Okay, class, don't forget, class is a group or collection of objects that has common properties. Okay, another one I can say about classes, it is a blueprint. It is a blueprint or template from where the objects are created. Okay, so when we create a class, first we should define the keyword class and then the name of the class. You should not write first class, first space class. That is not correct. Whenever you are creating a class, first you should represent this is a class I'm going to create. The class name is student. What I'm going to create is class. So class, then only you have to give the name of the class. Next, already I told you, after name of the class, your template, that means the class should start with open braces and it should end with closed braces. Okay, next, what are the things? First I told you, just you can write class, class name, or if you want to give some modifiers, when you want to give, you can use public, private, or default access. Class name should always, you write a class name, the first letter of your class name should be capital. For example, I told my class name is student, means S should be capital. Then the body of the class should be surrounded via braces. Okay, next, what is the syntax of the class? So the syntax is, I told you, class, class name, open braces, whatever the data members you can give, you want to give related to your application or related to your simple program, you can write. If any method, so till so we have discussed what the C++ and a function means what it, by using function we can perform a specific task. In Java we will we will use the term instead of function as methods, instead of function as methods. So keep it in your mind, whenever I am telling method, the word method, it represents function, it represents functions. Okay, so now we'll stop. One more thing we will discuss here, just example for a class, how you should create a class. I told you already, class, this one, capital S, student. One more information I wanted to tell you here is Java programming is case sensitive. Case sensitive means, you know, this student, if you write, that is different from if you write that S will be small completely. If you write the word student in small letters, that is different from this word student. So don't forget, Java programming language is case sensitive. So we have to be careful when you are going to give the names and when you are going to use the names in our further procedures. Okay, int id, these are the data members, integer id, string, name. Here again I am telling, when you are writing name as a data type is, when you are using a string, s should be capital. If you observe, int is I is not capital, but if you observe s string keyword, s should be capital. If you write small s and the string, if you write it is different from this string, it will not be accepted. So now we will stop here. Next video we will continue the what is object and how we can write a small program and further concepts. Thank you.